Okay guys, now let's do this day 15 from Adventure Cyber to TryHackme. So this is about the introduction to Python. So you can also read all this theory or you can check out my Python videos. So to print anything onto the screen, you can say print function, and this is defining a user defined function, and then variables to store some values, and you can see arithmetic operators, addition, subtraction, division, and the power and modulo operator, etc. You can also check out these true or false boolean values. So if conditions, loops, libraries, etc. So this is PyPI is a database of libraries. You can install any library using this PyPI. You can also use the pip3, that is pip3 is a installer and PyPI is a database. You can see here the request code, getting the web page of the testurl.com, and then using this LXML parser to parse the content into the HTML format. So you can get like any links like this ahref, so it will parse through the content and it will get only all the links in this web page. So that is useful of this beautiful soup. It uses the parser and requests to get the web page content. So, okay, you can also check the links here. This is the book Automate the Boring Stuff with Python. It is one of the best book. So okay, let's see the first question. What is the output of true plus true? True value is 1 and the false value is 0. If you want to add those two values, true 1 plus 1 2. And what is database for installing other people libraries called? It's PyPy. And what is the output of bool of false? So here I thought it's 0. I thought it's false. So that's another thing. So now let's open the interpreter and let's say bool of false. So it's like bool of anything except 0 is considered as a false, and bool of anything other than 0 is considered as true. So that's why the answer is true. And what library lets us download the HTML of a page? That is request library. You can use the request module and it have the functions to get the web pages. What is output of the program provided in the code to analyze for question 5? So here the x has a list 1 2 3 and we are referencing y is equals to x. So generally what anyone think is it copies the content of this x, but it does not copy the whole list, but it just reference to this x. That means if you modify any x, it will reflect in y. So a is just like y is just like a pointer to this x. So y is still referring to this list 1 2 3. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to append a value 6 to this list 1 2 3 6, and you can see print of x. Then the values of 1 2 3 6 will be printed because the actual list is this one and it is pointed by x and also pointed by y. So if you do any modifications, these will reflect on this original list. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm sorry. So x is equals to 1 2 3 and let's say y is equals to x. Now if I say y and x, now we got the same values. I think now we need to print the id of x, that is this id, and let's say id of y. So you can see both have the same ids. That means both variables are pointing to the same list. If you consider modifying this x, it will reflect in y, and if you consider modify this y, it will reflect in x. So let's say y dot append of 6. Now if I say y, we have got the 1 2 3 6, and if I say x, 1 2 3 6, because they have the same ids and they are pointing to the same list. So that is the answer for this 1 2 3 6. So what causes previous task to output that? Because it's a pass by reference. If there are two types, pass by value and pass by reference. In the pass by value, the copy of the list will be passed on to the y. In the pass by reference, only the address of this list will be passed on to the y. So that is the difference between pass by value and pass by reference. So that is about this Python day. This is very short day for this Python day 15. So this is just an introduction to Python. You need to practice all this theory and just answer these questions. It will be very easy.